Welcome back to another Team Solomon Circus video. Here we're going to just see Jason playing Swordsoul and me playing pure Despia on the channel here. So we just did a die roll. I believe I won the die roll here. No, he won the die roll, so he's going to activate Normal Summon Ecclesia, which is not bad strong, and then get it Moyi effect, and then he's going to pass. Activate Imperm on Moyi. So no token for him. I do see that he has talents in hand now, so a good thing that we don't have we didn't have activated that. So here we activate the spell, the fusion spell, to dump Patchwork and the not Patchwork, Edge Imp and Albaz to make Lubellion. Then we activate Lubellion's effect, discarding Super Poly to make Mirror Jade, and then we get Edge Imp effect to get that. So here we see he's trying to make Baron. We dump Albion, and then we banish the Ashuna here, which is to stop him from getting the 10 he plays. But he has Travel Tide talents anyways to take my monster. Then I think here, like, oh shit, what can I do? I do have a set Super Poly, but I can't fuse with any monsters here. He makes Light End Dragon and not Light End Dragon. He makes Psychic Punisher Dragon, and we take the damage here. And yeah. Albion effect activates. And we activate the effect, Brand Infusion. Can't really do much here. Albaz and Snow to get a light monster. Our goal here is just, like, since he made our monster be less attack, or he made us have less life points, his monster's affected again. So we're able to do some shenanigans to get out Mirror Jade and Albion off that Brand Infusion. Then I realized I can't do that because Albion's effect's negated by Call by the Grave. Because he Called by the Grave my Albion during the end phase, so we're just thinking about Call by the Grave here. It negates the monsters while it's on field. So here I'm just thinking. And yeah, I can't do that, so I kind of screwed up here. But we end up making, off the theater, we end up making Dragos Despia just so we can do something. We get the Edge Imp Chain effect, grab Patchwork. And I believe here we activate Patchwork, or we do not. Yeah, so here we activate Patchwork, getting an Edge Imp Chain and Super Poly here. Just, for recursion, going through the deck. And I believe that's a pass from me. I set one card and pass. Suri activates the effect. I do activate Snow to flip it face down. And then he activates another Triptide Talents, which is huge. I think about what I can do here. And think about level 1 and level 6. So here you can activate the effect to put a Predapant counter on it to make the monster level 1. So we activate that, but he can just still make Yazi. So here he activates Yazi's effect. Doesn't really do anything for us. Reading what it can do. We do Super Poly it away for a Dragos Despia here. That's not Dragos Despia. That's Starving Venom. But Yazi will still activate, but it doesn't pop. And yeah, here we normal summon a Luber, get the effect where activate Brand Infusion. Activate our third Brand Infusion. Albaz and Tragedy here. We'll get Tragedy's effect, and we'll summon out the Lubellion. Lubellion effect discarding the Edge Imp Chain. We already went through both of our Patchworks and 3 Edge Imp Chains, so we can activate the effect. Thinking what I'm adding with Tragedy, I'll add the Ad Libitum, and then swap these Lubellion and Albaz out for Mirror Jade. So here we can activate the effect banishing the Punisher, and we end up attacking for game. So even with the misplay, we still ended up getting game 1. His hand was not very fortunate at all. He couldn't really get his tennies off, but he did make a cool monster, and we got to learn about what that card can do. And then he realized he misplayed, and he could have made the Baxia, I believe. But yeah, here we're just siding in and out. We see him take out the Veilers, and he adds in 3 rivalries. And here we side out Ash Blossoms, as well as a Call by the Grave, and I forget what else. And we end up siding in 3 Token Collectors and 3 Nibiru's. We're just shuffling it up, making sure that we shuffle it up real good, as well as talking. I believe we're talking about from scratch here. And yeah, just shuffling his deck up. And we're on to the races. So he's going to go first here, activate Desires. Draws 2. He gets Anti-Spell. We activates Ashuna here, making Monk of the Tenyi. He activates Vessel here. Gets out the adds Vashuda, dumps Mogi. Then he accidentally puts his deck into the thing, but we already saw that it was his top 2 cards, and we already knew what he had, so I said, oh, it's no problem. Then he showed me his opening hand, and he didn't shuffle his deck or nothing, so we knew it was on the top of his deck. But after he showed us the cards, I said, no, there's nothing I can do there. I'm going to scoop anyways. Yeah. Not much you can do. Glad we didn't have to go through the standby phase where he flips it all up. But yeah. So here we're going to game 3. We get to choose who's going first. I believe we're going to choose go first ourselves. So we probably sided in the Call by the Grave. We took out 3 Nibiru's, and yeah, we kept in the Token left because that's hard so good versus Swordsoul. So here we're just siding. And yeah. Here we're going to decide to go first, and our opening hand is pretty great. So we start with Aliber here, getting the Branded Loss, which indicates we already have Branded Fusion in hand. We activate Branded Fusion, then activate Branded. And then we end up getting Albaz and Tragedy here, which goes for the Lubellion. And then we activate the effects, Tragedy and Lubellion, as well as Lost, which adds us the Albion here. And we get the Dramaturge here as well, and the Mirror Jade. So here we activate Albion for the upstart, as well as the protection from opening. And then we set 2 cards and pass our turn. Here activates Ashuna, and right away we fire off Mirror Jade, sending the Albalentis. He Trick of Talents me, and I asked, which one are you declaring? He says he's going to take, so he takes, and here we go again with normal summon that Mogi, and then we activate Branded Red here, targeting the Tragedy. We activate the effects, Fusion Summoning. So here we're going to draw 2 and pop 1, as well as summon out and have a monster negate. And we can also get the search. So Tragedy is searching for Ad Libitum, and the other one searching for Mercurier. Lost is searching for Mercurier. Then we do get the Dramaturge. We get to choose what we're going to pop. And we do end up popping the token, which was kind of a misplay on our part due to the fact that, we popped... he could make a link too. So we should have popped the Mo-Yi. But here he has the Long Young anyways, so we are able to negate one extra deck monster, so that's not horrible, but we're just thinking. He gets the Ashara out, and then he's thinking himself, what can I make here? So he's locked into Synchros right now, as well as Worms. And yeah, he doesn't see himself in a great position. He's looking at the... so here he makes Chisao. I believe I negate with Dramaturge, and that's fine. He has to draw one instead of the search. He makes a Baxia. I'm reading Baxia once again because the card does a lot of stuff. He activates the effects here, popping the Chimera because there is no Poly Engrave. Making sure that it doesn't say, if you pop it. I do activate my effect of opening to protect Chimera. Noticing he can't really beat over that card, so he makes Taya here. Activates the effect. Banishing Long Young. But summon the token. We do imperm that actually, so no token for him. We still take the 12 from the Long Young. But yeah, here he reads Mirror Jade, realizes it's a worm, goes into the Shaman. I'm like, oh my god, that's kind of crazy. Then he sets a card, and then here he thinks that they get destroyed, but they're not destroyed because they get sent to a graveyard as link material. And I do activate Albalentis, getting the branded fusion to my side of the field. He flips Rivalry here, which I'm like, cracked. I get to control one, and then I realize, my only out to that is another Chimera. So we send that to the graveyard, and then we're like, activate Patchwork, which hits another free material, as well as a Poly that we needed. Here we activate Polymerization, getting the Mercurier, Egypt Chain, and the Chimera itself as fusion material. Summon with the Chimera, activate the effects, Chimera 1, and then Egypt Chain 2. We draw 2 cards, and then we activate the effect, popping the Rivalry. Normal summon the Aluber, getting Branded Fusion. Sending Snow and the Albaz in hand. And yeah, going for Albion here, trying to attack for game. Summon out the Mirror Jade here. I believe we do activate Mirror Jade. Sending the... Can't really see there. Shaman here. We're not worried at all about the Chisao, and I believe here we just attack for game. Or yeah, we're close to 200, and then we realize, I can activate Branded in red here. Summoning out the Mirror Jade, and then Dramaturge will attack directly, and that is game. Yeah,